What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. That's 2 videos today.
Yeah, hopefully we get through this one.
Hopefully we get through this one. This is going out tonight while we're also streaming right now. So you can't see chat, but chat is in here. If you've seen this on the stream, hopefully you can watch this back again for the video where you can see chat on our right. So if we've got any pressing questions or it's like we need to know the answer now, we can ask chat and they can give us the answer live. Maybe cut up a little bit if we do talk to chat a little bit. But we are going to be checking out Lost in the Pond. His link's in the description, as always. Great channel.
Yes, we haven't done him for a while.
No, but that's got a build up of videos, so of his, which we can watch. So I'm keen for him.
Yeah, this sounds like a good one. To be fair, I like all the housey kind of.
Yeah, furniture styles. The only thing I can think of, because I can see the seats there, is like the front porch. On an American front porch, you got like the swing chair and stuff like that. We have swing chairs in the UK, but not like on a front porch chair. And they're not common, are they?
No, they're not common. They're like a rich person's kind of vibe.
Yeah.
In the UK.
In the UK, but I don't get that vibe in America. It's completely different. So, are you ready?
I'm interested because I have seen those in the UK.
Yeah, they're like beach chairs,
My
aren't
mum
they?
has one because she got a small one for Archie.
One of them? Oh, does she?
Have you not seen
I'm not saying this is how much attention I actually pay. Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Like I say, we have been a bit slow, probably the past few months with the whole YouTube thing and everything, but we're back. We're recording live now as well, which is super exciting, so we would appreciate it. If you smash that button, smash that subscribe button, and let's check out 4 furniture styles I only encountered after moving to America. Are you ready?
Yeah, and chat, just for chat, we're married.
Oh yeah, we are married. Yeah, are you are? We are married, look.
I was trying to fit in a part to say that.
Okay, you ready?
Just kept,
It's alright, I just kept rambling on.
No, fine, it's
That's
fine.
just what I do. Yeah, let's go.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond.
Yep.
And one of those memos pertains to furniture.
Only if he is going to say them chairs.
Specifically furniture that I only encountered after moving to the United States. And you might be thinking to yourself, Lawrence, are there lots of differences between British and American furniture? And the answer to that is no. Both countries have tables, sofas, rocking chairs, little footstools. And the truth is, in order to produce this video today and give you a listicle worth your time, I had to dig very deep into my memory banks, which have been forged over 16 years of living in America. And the more research that I did for this video, the more I discovered that not only were these pieces of furniture often invented in the United States, but have gained a following in Britain since I left. We're going to talk about that, but while watching this video, keep in mind this is my experience and nobody can take that away from me. Shut up, plane. So I hope, like me, you're sitting comfortably, and if you're not yet one of my big-time subscribers, do that now.
Yeah, subscribe to Lawrence, but subscribe here as well.
In the meantime, let's talk about furniture that I only encountered after leaving Britain and moving here to the Midwest.
I
think it's
important to
start this video, just like with most videos where I talk about British versus American things, talking about some of the terminological differences between our two countries, and most of those seem to centre around.
I want to know, what do you call that?
Sofa or a couch?
Oh, see, right, I think Lawrence is going to say the British version for that word is settee. Because I think that is the British word. Settee.
Oh, we do say settee as well, yeah.
And that's the proper British one.
But I say couch.
Yeah, I had this debate not long ago at work.
If you said them all to me, I'd know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'm going to sit on the couch.
I literally messaged you today and I used sofa.
Did you?
I said, your phone might be down the side of a sofa. Because when I put sofa, I was like, oh yeah, I just put sofa and I said it. It's just weird timing this is. I think he's going to say the British version.
Because I think I replied to you and said, oh yeah, you were right. It was down the side of the couch.
You might have done that. You might have actually done that. So we didn't actually use a British one. But, so I guess it just explains the influence.
My mum uses settee.
Yeah, I think a lot of British people do. But the influence from... Oh. Okay, that's just gone back sleep. We can see Archie on another screen. I think the influence from America just shows, but we use sofa and couch now. But I think that's what he's going to say.
Sofas. What do you call a sofa? Now, many people in America, and I dare say people in Britain, will in fact use the word sofa, but you also hear in America the word couch, I would say even more commonly, at least here in the Midwest. It's just quicker. One syllable. And while that word may well exist in Britain, we have some of our own terms for it. Where I was growing up in Grimsby, we used to call it a settee.
Yeah, there we go.
Mostly associated with the north of Great Britain. But also in America, the word sofa, much like the word soda, has one or two regional synonyms. Some people call it a Davenport, even though a Davenport historically is a
wow.
very specific type
What?
of couch. It's done what often happens in the linguistics of both countries, where this very specific type of couch took on a more genericized meaning in certain parts of the country, but it's rare to hear it called that.
It's a
Confusingly,
mouthful
though,
as
and
well.
equally historically, a Davenport in the UK was something entirely different, but nonetheless a piece of furniture. And you guess what it was? It was a sort of writing desk with lots of little drawers that could pull out of it. Not
Okay.
recommended that you sit on that.
Yeah, some of them are
So we get to our
mouthful.
first piece of furniture, which in fact comes in the form of a bed, or I should say a type of bed frame known as a box spring. Now, there'll be
We call this a mattress.
No, I think they call it mattress. Have you never heard of box foam beds? Box spring beds?
Are we not just talking about mattress here?
I don't think we are, no.
Well, that looks like a mattress.
comes in the form of a bed,
think
or I should
you
say
Yeah, that looks like a mattress.
I think you put your mattress on top.
Oh, do
That's
we
a
even...
mattress. That's going to hurt your back if you put a sheet on that.
That is very true.
Are you alright?
Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, you put your
wanna
mattress on
sleep
that.
on
We
that?
don't have beds like that. When have we ever had a bed like that? I'm sorry. We don't have beds like that.
We do have box. I think we call them pocket sprung or something.
Oh, okay.
We do have
Sorry,
spring beds.
I was expecting a bit of foam in there, a bit of mattress here.
I was
Because they do have
thinking-
springs in it. Mattresses have springs in it.
But I think all mattresses
Yeah.
do.
No, foam mattresses don't.
Okay, but we do have box sprung beds.
Wow.
But I just don't think they're called that.
Yeah.
But
I'm an idiot. It's
I
late at
mean-
night.
I mean, yeah, enjoy sleeping on that.
Yeah.
a type of bed frame known as a box spring.
I've never
Now,
seen
there'll
that
be some of my
before.
British viewers going, we have that in Britain. Yeah,
Do
I
we?
learned that. Europe as well. But as somebody who grew up with slats,
Yes, that's what we
inside his
have,
bed,
slats.
everywhere
Yeah,
I
we
lived,
have
I think
both.
I can anecdotally confirm the kind of statistic that suggests that box spring beds are significantly less prominent in Britain than they are in the
So
United
we
States.
had one at my nan's. It's a divan, like a divan bed. There's not. It's like those. Oh,
I need to touch up on my
yeah,
beds.
Yeah, I think you do. It's one without a headboard, then just like the base, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're the
Okay.
wrong
Where
person.
they were
Okay.
invented was another plane.
But the box spring bed is as American as apple pie, even though that was invented in England. And actually,
wow.
it has a little known connection to the California gold rush of the mid-19th century. You see, there was
great.
this bloke called Tyler Howe, and he was a ship guy, and he was just sort of sailing around South America as you do, and I don't know, he must have looked at Instagram or something because he got wind of this gold rush happening in California, and so he actually sailed up toward California, much like all of the prospectors, except it didn't really work out for him. He found no gold, so he headed back to his home state of Massachusetts with very little money and a bad temper. But that bad
Oh,
temper
wow.
was made even worse, I think, by the fact that on his journey in this ship, the bed frames, which apparently were just sort of wooden planks nailed
yeah.
to the bed frame,
Ooh.
would be really hard to sleep on. I mean, even with a mattress. Because whenever the ship had any kind of in-flight turbulence, or the equivalent of it, but at sea, the
yeah.
movement of that foundation would transfer to the human on the bed. And it would be horrible and they'd get
Yeah.
sick. And so he said to himself, Tyler, how can we come up with something that prevents this from happening? And so out of that came the first box spring bed. He invented it, tweaked it, and then became really rich. And the idea
Fair
spread
enough.
around America like
We needed an
bedbugs.
idea like that.
No, we got a
And
good
now we
idea
get
when
to
we
talk
become
about
rich.
porch swings. Because again, porch swings do exist in Britain, apparently.
There we
I
go.
found them on Amazon.
High five.
I'll high five you, but I don't condone your previous comment.
Yeah, ignore the mattress
was-
thing. That was me being an idiot, but we did call out.
You did say
Yep.
you did say Porch Swing.
Called it.
UK. But the big thing to mention here
And now you-
is their visibility to most people. And that's because porch swings, which typically you will find on actual porches on American houses, a lot of the time those porches will be at the front of the house. So
Yeah.
You'll be walking down the street and you'll see somebody swinging away, drinking a beer. Accidents do happen. And that is not a visual that you'll see in the UK. Don't get me wrong, we drink plenty of beer. But we don't typically have porches on the front of our
We
house.
just do it in private in the
Porches
back.
are usually for the back garden. Also, I would add that not many back gardens are going to have them. I don't think, and this is just observational, this is my lived experience, I don't think porch swings are as popular in Britain as they are here. Number one, we don't have the weather for them commonly
agree.
enough. And number two, given that we live in little miniature boxes, it could be possible that we just don't have the space for them. I was being sarcastic about the boxes.
All that said, I have to give Britain its due. It might not have been as replete with porch swings as America is, but it can make the claim to have invented the modern swing, as in and the thing that kids play on and sometimes fall off. This is attributed, in
Not
fact,
just
to
kids,
one British
agents
person
on
in
holiday.
particular by the name
Yeah,
of Charles Wicks.
I was trying to do the whole 360 rotate. I got pretty high
Yeah.
on holiday. Archie, I did it for Archie because Archie was loving watching me on the swing. That's the only reason I went on the swing.
Yeah. The only downside was he was doing it in the toddler play area.
Steed, possibly the most English-sounding name ever. And he was in the news in the last 10 years because some people with a stake in the preservation of the history of the modern-day swing uncovered one of his prototypes, which they'd previously identified in a photo from the 20s. That's the 1920s. And this swing set is said to be the oldest in the UK, if not the world. So
Wow.
to my
Wow.
British followers, and perhaps even more so to my American followers, the next time you find yourself pushing your niece in one of these things, or indeed pushing her out the way so that you can
There
use
you
it,
go.
as has happened to me on many an occasion, spare a thought for Mr. Charles Wicksteed, who ultimately made this possible. I doubt he envisaged people using it while under the influence, but what can I say? I'm a trailblazer.
I didn't
Given
need
my
any alcohol.
heralded status as a YouTube sensation, you could be forgiven for thinking that I do all of my editing from a hammock while sipping margaritas.
But while that might be good for Instagram vibes, it's not so good for my posture, which is why I'm working with today's sponsor,
Oh.
FlexiSpot. As
Oh,
somebody
wow.
who spends 3 days a week editing, there is
Don't
a
understand
temptation
wow.
to spend the whole of
We
that
just
time
worked with
sitting
them.
down. And look,
Yeah,
I'm not-
we're saying wow because we worked with them, and that is, if it's the same chair, it's a very comfy chair. So shout out to them.
here to shame those of us that do like to sit. After all, I'll be doing a great deal of that with FlexiSpot's C5 office chair. Not only is it more lightweight than the makeshift chair I'd been using, but it comes with beautiful and adjustable armrests.
And that's not coming from a casual fan of armrests. That's coming from somebody who has strong opinions about armrests, as you'll see later in this video.
Oh,
Thanks to
that's going to come
FlexiSpot,
up in the
I can now
video.
alternate between my intellectual throne and my podium, otherwise known as a standing desk.
The E7 standing desk, to be precise. With its incredibly pleasing elevation, the desk smoothly reaches a height suitable for somebody with long legs like me. And when I say smoothly, I mean it. Remember Tyler Howe from earlier? He probably wouldn't have bothered with box springs if he'd had one of these.
Though I'm not endorsing the idea of falling asleep at your desk, because you might get fired.
True.
FlexiSpot has all kinds of standing desks for your needs. If, like me, you want a premium standing desk for daily use, you can't go wrong with their E7 frame. Take part in their anniversary sale by using my code 24org30 for an extra $30 off on E7, E7 Pro, and E7L. The link
There
is
you
in my
go.
description.
We
below.
advertise them long ago as well, so use that
And what I'm
code
about
if
to
you
say,
want
you
one.
might think that I have a bed fixation, and I do, but I also have a fixation with hiding places, and that's where Murphy beds come in. Sadly, I don't have a Murphy bed in my house to show you, but I have been to a few people's houses that do have them. And Murphy beds are those things, you may have seen them in films like
They
Who
hide up
Framed
in the
Roger
wall.
Rabbit, that just fold out of the wall,
Ooh.
and they're quite useful, I suppose, when you don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, that seems really American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A funny thing is though, I've actually seen on TikTok, this lady has 4 kids in a house, in a 2-bedroom house, and she built herself one in the lounge.
Oh, really? Is it good?
You can't tell it's a bed when it's up.
Yeah, but when it's down, obviously you can
Obviously
tell
it's
it's a
good,
bed. But it does look good when it's down as well.
Yeah, it looks like she's in her bedroom.
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
Mad. But that's the only person I've ever seen. And
The-
that's not in real life.
The only other time I've ever seen one is, again, not in real life, is on Friends. When Joe and Chandler are kicking Ross out, and then he goes to that one bed, and it's like,
Yeah.
they pull it down, it's like half the room. It's a nightmare. That's literally the only time I've ever seen one.
Yeah, but that's in America.
How common is it in America? Let us know in the comments. And we're going to ask on the stream after this.
I wonder if it's popular in like apartments.
Yeah, be interesting, definitely. It saves space at the end of the day,
Yeah, it
doesn't
does.
it? You could have an office in there, and then your bedroom.
Yeah.
And even though I thought that these were probably just something that were confined to the early 20th century, apparently they're pretty popular still across
Wow.
the United States, to the extent that they saw a resurgence during the pandemic because people were obviously at home a lot and they just wanted more space in their tiny apartment. And believe it or not, I read into this online, the same thing happened in Britain. And I, for one, am a big fan of that. And
I
I,
didn't
bet
know
the same
that.
is true of their inventor.
But when the Murphy bed was invented, it wasn't just about prioritising space. It was about what that space was suggestive of. And in fact, the word suggestive is quite a useful one here. It has its roots in the sex life of a San Francisco man from 1900 neighbourhood. And that man was named William Lawrence Murphy, no relation.
Dude,
because
right,
Lawrence was
probably.
his middle name and spelled with a W. But this is according to the Smithsonian, who said that Murphy invented the Murphy bed when he was falling for a young opera singer. We've all done it. And courting customs at that time would not permit a lady to enter a gentleman's bedroom, so his invention allowed him to stow his bed in his closet, transforming his one-room apartment from a bedroom into a parlour. And I don't know about you, but coming from
Smart.
Britain, where the word parlour was perhaps a bit less prevalent within our parlance,
Yeah.
saying that after
Of course a man
whiskeys,
did that
parlour
to try and
me
get a
already
girl
has
back in his
connotations
flat.
of rumpy.
Yeah, exactly. They're smart moves.
Pumpy. Now, just a
Don't
few
get any
years later,
ideas.
of course, San Francisco suffered a devastating earthquake.
what?
I hope Mr. Murphy wasn't in bed at the time, because I'm just picturing the poor chap, and
just
maybe
imagine.
the opera singer enveloped vertically by the mattress, which I suppose would be quite useful in an earthquake.
And finally, the suspense has been building to this, my chairs. But not just any chairs. These are Adirondack chairs. And
Okay.
anybody who's walked around my neighbourhood in the last 2 months will have seen about 100 of these, because people like
Really?
to put them in their yards.
Pause.
Sometimes in their front yards.
I'm gonna show you.
Well, no, I don't disagree that my mum apparently has one. But they
She has
are
two.
not that common.
Just two.
And again, it's saying in the yard. Are we talking about the front yard? That looks like a front yard.
A front, yeah, but they're like round a fire pit, aren't they?
I believe you. You don't need to show me if you can't find a photo. You found it?
Yeah, I found it. You can see Archie as well, sorry.
Yeah, you can see Archie on that as
Why
well.
is it not?
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean. There you go.
Why is it? Why? What's
you need to
going
put
on?
it closer. You need to put it closer because that light's shining on it. No, that's it, yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's...
Oh.
So that one, obviously.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there you go. My mum does have one. But,
Thank you.
what is that in the front? Is that just a deer in the front
I
garden?
think that's the dog.
Okay, maybe it's just a whippet. It looked like a deer for a second, a very tall deer.
Yeah.
We don't have them as common as you've seen them like left, right, and centre,
No. they're
especially
like,
front yards.
I feel like you have to get them in.
Yeah.
But that looks pretty around a campfire.
Yeah, definitely. I like that little fire in there as well.
Even if they don't have a porch, they'll just stick
That
them
is a
on
deer. What the heck?
I knew it.
I'm a little bit more reserved than that, and I've got them here in the backyard. But people who follow me on social media will know that I consider this to be among the 50 greatest American inventions of all time. And that's because I'm lazy. And there are two major reasons for that. Firstly, the armrests. They're massive.
They are
Look
big.
at this.
They
I
are
don't
big,
want my
yeah.
arms just sliding off the side, which happens with a lot of armchairs. But the other major thing is the seat itself is actually at a backward angle.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's very hard to get out of unless you have long legs like I do. And I think that's part of its
You'd
charm.
be screwed.
because it's kind of like when I'm sitting in the living room with
Catching
the cat
fire.
on me. The cat gives me an excuse to not get up for 3 hours. And I feel like these chairs sort of do the same thing. And my wife understands that, so she'll tell me, Lawrence, don't worry about mowing the lawn today, even though it looks horrendous. Kick back, enjoy yourself. What? No, I was just doing an impression of you. I don't need to tell you what I said, and also don't watch the video.
Now, I'm pronouncing the name of Adirondack chairs as if I've been saying it my whole life, but actually, when I first heard of the word, I went through about 12 different permutations in my head, starting with Adirondack chair and Adirondack chair.
This is what I'd
and
do.
just, in the end, I just had to hear it for myself and typed it into YouTube, only to discover that Adirondack is also a mountain range in upstate New York, and it's
okay.
after that mountain range that the chair is named. But doing the research for this video, a coincidence popped out to me. They were invented, just like the Murphy bed, in about 1900. It's as if, as the 20th century began, America decided, you know what, we're going to experiment with just weird angles. And in this case, it was one American in particular, Thomas Lee, who was based in Westport, New York, which is just a short drive from the Adirondack Mountains. And they gained in popularity through a very unlikely source, and that unlikely source was tuberculosis sanatoriums. And that's because the armrests of these things, which for me are in the top 3 armrest styles in the universe,
By the
were
way, I want to know the other two in his list of the top 3. I've never thought of an armrest style before. What are the other two? I want to know.
positioned in such a way that it helped the chest of the person sitting in them to sort of open up, and so that they could breathe just that bit more easily. Nowadays, those armrests, of course, are used for not just your arms, but maybe a can of soda, which ultimately could lead to other health concerns. And so the respiratory benefit from them is handy once again.
Of course, those of us who have rented over the years will know of another major difference between British and American furniture, which is that British apartments tend to be fully furnished and American apartments don't. Hence why I bought my own
Ours
house.
wasn't.
Ooh.
It's not the only reason.
Wait.
I
Oh,
want
well,
a
we
carte blanche.
rented, I don't know, because I never rented.
Oh, but when he says fully furnished...
No,
that-
not true, because my sisters have never been.
Yeah, that makes it sound like settees.
Yeah, no, it's got like,
Beds.
it's not even, sometimes they don't have an oven.
It doesn't always have an oven, no.
No.
A lot of the I think a lot of the time if you're renting, there's a good chance it may have a fridge, washing machine, microwave.
If they're built in.
If they're built in.
But,
But
like, we
You
rented
can-
growing up and we never had anywhere to
you
buy
can
them
buy
furnished.
sometimes, like, show apartments fully furnished.
Yeah, but that's not common, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say.
I don't know about that. Lawrence, explain it in the comments if you'd watch. I doubt you're watching this, but you never know. You never know.
Or someone else.
Yeah, or someone else. Oh, that was it. Well, shout out to our patrons because we do really appreciate it. Check out Lawrence's channel. His link's in the description. Talking about Patreon, the whole of Ted Lasso. I only did the reactions for Ted Lasso.
Yep.
But all of them are on Patreon. So you can watch along on Patreon if you want to watch Ted Lasso with me for the first season. You're going to be doing The Crown again, aren't you?
First
And then
weekend,
we're
hopefully.
hopefully going to get a few movies on there as well. But our patrons do really help us out. So thank you to everyone who is. Yeah, I think that's gone well for our first reaction on stream in a long
Mine's
time.
Archie's still asleep.
Archie still asleep, which is amazing as well. Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. What should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.